Hi, Pam here. So, this may be a controversial video. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna flow with some things. I get these thoughts in my head other times, but I'm not available to do the video. So, that's what it is. It's just some thoughts that I have, and I just like sharing them with you. So you can tell me what you think, because I don't know how y'all think out there. I know it's things I think about. So if you want to know about it, just stay tuned. So I start off by saying I'm a deep thinker and I like to know about things. I've always been that way. And if it would be up to me, I said this once before, I'd like to float away on a pink cloud. And I like to have everything in life lovely, beautiful, peaceful, okay? But that's not the reality of it. So I have those dual sides of me, that dreamer side that likes that and would want it to be this utopian and perfect way here, which it isn't. And then I have that other side of me, that's the realistic side. And, I try to keep those two in balance. Because if you're too much of a dreamer, it's going to hurt you, in my opinion. And if you're too much of a realist, it's going to hurt you. You need to be somewhere in the middle. You got to have that dreamy side and then that realism side. Okay? Because if you're never realistic about anything, you're going to be living in a fairy tale that's not true. And it's going to hurt you in the end. So, I just wanted to give you a little bit of that. So, I had done a video before on frequency waves and about our cell phones and that subject. And so I still listen to things on that. And that's how I learned about frequency waves in the first place, was on YouTube. And then I Googled it. And then once I heard it on YouTube, then I Googled it, because I had never heard of it before, and then I researched it, and then that's when I found out that, back with Hitler in Nazi Germany, he started it, and what they did is they changed the frequency wave. So I believe, hold on one second, I have it written down. So the natural frequency wave, I learned, is supposed to be 444. However, they changed it to 440. And so back to Hitler again. So Hitler, before he rose to power in Nazi Germany, I read that before he went out to do his public speaking, this is before he actually was the ruler, what they did is the German people, the Germans, they changed the frequency wave to the, I don't want to get those two mixed up, to the 440. And what that does is causes anxiety and irritation, just feeling anxious and feeling annoyed and irritated, okay? So the crowd out there had that, and while they're waiting for him, they feel that. And then it said they changed, then when Hitler comes out, they changed the frequency wave to what it had been, what it was supposed to be, which is 444. So then that causes the crowd no longer to feel anxiety, anxious, or irritated. So it said that because of doing that, it made them more receptive to Adolf Hitler and what he wanted to say. Okay, so it started then, and then later others adopted it in the world, including the United States. And again, this is all behind the scenes, but nowadays, because of technology and the internet, there is so much that we can find out. So it's really good, and it can be bad too, but the good news is that you can find out anything with enough research. And back in the past, they didn't have that technology to be able to do it. So they didn't know. They didn't know what was going on. They didn't know they were being controlled by that frequency wave. Okay, so anyway, you might see my kitty cats in the background there, but try to focus here what I'm saying, because I have some cat videos I'll be doing on that exact thing right there. But anyway, maybe I should block the view, because they're here. So I had said before about our cell phones and technology. So let me ask you this question. So because they changed the frequency wave, if you're watching too much TV, a lot of television, if we're on our cell phones a lot, music, so it's in the TV, it's in the music, it's in certain music commercials. Now, I don't know, is it in all the music? That I don't know. I don't know that, but I know it's in a lot of the music. I just don't know about that part yet. So, but let me ask you this. Do you ever notice commercials on television? Oh my gosh. You notice how annoying they are and how loud they are. So let's just say you're watching a television program and then a commercial comes on. Oh my gosh, the volume is up so high. So I looked that up. They purposefully turn the volume up to get your attention. Remember, they all know how to control and manipulate things. And they're trying to get you to buy to the item. That's a control and a form of manipulation. Kitty cat's down here. Hey, guys. So they are raising the volume from what you had when you were watching. It's so annoying, and it is annoying. I know it annoys me terribly. It annoys me bad. So I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so loud. So, by all means, tune out the commercials, click it off. But I'm just giving you an example there. And so the other thing that the frequency wave does, it's like a form of mind control brainwashing. I mean, everything I've read and have continued to learn, that's what it is. And I can see that because if you're on your technology too much, I mean, we have to be on it a bit, but if you're too much tuned into that and you don't get away from it, or if you don't get out in nature where it's peaceful, you're going to feel agitated, irritated, anxiety, and also people that are too much, it can put you in a fog. And you've seen people out there that are in a fog. Again, I can't tell you how many times I see this. I don't know if you see it where all you live, but again, I'm driving down the road and it's getting dark, and this poor guy, I don't know, it's mostly guys I see doing this, not the chicks aren't doing it, but this guy is walking, so it's busy with a lot of cars. He's walking on the side of the road. He's got on dark clothing, and he was African American. So dark, you're not able to see him very well. Even if it were a white person, you still couldn't, because it's dark out. And typically when I've seen that white person, they have dark clothes on. And he was looking down on his phone like that as he's walking, and he was veering off the shoulder a bit. And all I kept thinking about is, all it's going to take is one person that looks away for a moment from straight ahead, looks down, looks over, clip him, and that'll be the end of that guy's life. So I don't know. Every time I see somebody like that, you might think this is weird, but I don't care. I pray for them. I'm like, gosh, Lord, please don't let them get killed. Don't let that person get killed, because I know they could, So I would not want to see that happen. Okay. So, but I do get concerned about people when I see that. I'm like, my gosh, how do they know what the cars are doing behind them? So, but anyway, he's got to be in a fog. You've got to be in a fog to do that. It's just not even smart, wise, So, nothing against the guy, but, just don't want him to get clipped. So I'm just saying, it can do that to you. And I know if I'm on my technology too long, like doing the YouTube or whatever, I'm like, oh my gosh, or say I'm doing Instagram, I'm like, oh, I gotta get off this thing, I gotta get off, you know, and I'm like, oh my gosh, you gotta get off. You get like, controlled by it. And I said this before, I have to watch it myself. But, you know, I don't watch a lot of TV. I'm not saying I never watch anything, but I don't watch much. Very little, okay? Because I'm doing YouTube and stuff. But, yeah, I gotta watch that. If you watch too much TV, man, it's because they have the frequency wave, and you're gonna get brainwashed. So, it's just a good thing to know about. Be aware of it, because you don't want to get brainwashed out there. So, more thoughts in a moment. Alright, so I don't know. Hopefully I'm going to end with this, unless I keep going for some reason. But, so, this other African-American man, older man on YouTube, he's actually a neurosurgeon and a politician and an author and so forth. Anyway, I won't name him, but so I was watching something and it was interesting what he said, because now he wasn't not talking about frequency waves. That's not what he said, and I wrote just a couple notes so I wouldn't forget, but it's along the same lines. He was saying about being manipulated, that we are manipulated. He was talking about being manipulated, and was also talking about division. So I'm going to touch on division, okay? Because really, if you think about it, I mean, we've all done it. I've done it before. We've all done it at some time. But I know I'm aware of it, and I don't do that, but I know in the past I may have done it. We all have done it, even when we haven't even tried. But really, in life, you're not to try to divide people. I mean, it's not a good thing to division, and to make disputes and arguments and separation. But you know, that's how the world is. There's that going on all the time, okay? God doesn't want that. He never intended for us to do it, and he doesn't want us to be that way, you know. And I'm not perfect, far from it, trust me. And it's not like I've never made those mistakes, but I try to live my life pleasing to him as best I can with his help, you know. And so I don't want to do those things. So, but I like what this guy said. Okay, so I said he was African American, and he was talking about they have been trying to divide us. They, who is they? I don't know. The politicians, the people that control our country, you know, whether it be a dictator, a leader, whatever. They, okay? He said they've been doing this for hundreds of years. Hundreds of years. We don't even know of it. And so I like the point that he made. He said, back to the slaves, he said, back then, they tried to cause division even among the slaves. And the reason you do it, people cause division for control. It's all about control. If you divide people, you can control them. The slave owner told the ones in the house that they were better than the ones in the yard, meaning the house slaves, the yard slaves. And then they told the yard slaves that they were better than the slaves in the field. And the reason they did it, that I got from this guy, is to cause division and dispute among them. That way they could control them, so they wouldn't have like an uprise. Like maybe if you got all the slaves together, they would try to escape, which they should have, because it shouldn't ever be slavery of any kind. Do you know what I mean? No kind. So, but you see what I mean? So he said they've been doing that for hundreds of years, and it's to divide people. So yeah, I like that point that he made, and I thought that was really interesting. And then I like what he said. He said, you know, you want to think for yourself, and then that got me thinking, yes, you want to think for yourself. So you know how we're so controlled by everything here, like, and it's hard to break away from it. Look, ladies, you know, we're told we have to be this certain way, you know, and the media does it to us. And guys, you have things, same thing. You're told you're supposed to look a certain way, act a certain way, be a certain way, or you're not any good. Well, that's a lie. That's a lie from the pit of hell. So that's not true. But because we're bombarded with that, that's what you start thinking. Now, I know better. I used to think that too. I fell into that, but I learned over the years, that's not what God says, and I know that's not true. It's false. So I know it's not true. So I don't fall into that, okay? But still, you know, we all can fall into things. Another one with women is you're nobody if you don't have a man. That's not true. But you know how many women out there think they're not good enough if they don't have a guy? And that is not true. And also what that does is that gets you involved in bad relationships because you feel like you have to have someone, and then say you meet someone and you like them, and then you start seeing things in them that you don't think is very good. Maybe you stick around longer, you know? And guys, you have things too. You're told you're not supposed to show emotion. You suck it up. You can't cry. Be a man. Well, you can be a man. You know Jesus cried, okay? He cried, he showed emotion. Told you, like, you have to be certain, no, suck it up, and, you know, don't show that emotion. Well, you have emotions just like we have. So anyway, it's all societal lies that have been told to us, and it's just a way to cause division. Again, to cause havoc and cause problems. So anyway, it's just something to think on, that's all. I'm not trying to change your view. It's just something for you to think about. Because it really is. And they really are trying to control us. They've been doing it forever. So don't be controlled. Do the best that you can. I don't want to be. I want to be a free thinker. Think. You have your own brain and your own mind. We don't want to be clones. You know, God created us all totally different. Okay? All right? And I would say more than anything, just be yourself. Be the person you want to be yourself. People don't like you, doesn't matter. Because typically, the people that won't like you are the ones that can't manipulate you. People don't like free thinkers who can't be manipulated. So, it's typically the people that are trying to manipulate you that won't like you. People that are decent and aren't trying to manipulate you, they'll like you. They'll like you because you're being yourself. You know? And I don't know, there's a lot of people out there that don't like me, but I am held accountable. I know if they don't like me, it's not because I mistreated them, okay? Because I treat people kindly. But if they mistreat me for no good reason, it's because I'm a free thinker. Maybe they can't control me, and they know I have my own mind, and people don't like that. But so what? You know, if you're being decent and good to people, keep doing it, okay? You know, I had your conscience with God, not trying to please people. So anyway, oh my gosh, I know I could keep going on and on once I get into it. But anyway, I think I'll end this video now. So it's just food for thought, okay? And anyway, hope to got you thinking. And I don't know if you think it's controversial or not, but you know how it is. So anyway, if you have any comments, put them below. And until next time, I'll see ya.